Hello everyone, I am CoolGuy, welcome back, and today I want to talk about the rapid fire frame buff coming with Shadowkeep, work through some of the numbers and show what's going on. You saw by the title of the video, Headseeker on these frames looks to actually be viable on them, and I'm going to walk through why. And I know some of you are thinking, oh no, not Headseeker, anything but Headseeker, but hear me out. Of course, when the content drops, we need confirmation, but when you look through the numbers, it works, and it works well. With Shadowkeep, there are 4 big changes coming to pulse rifles. Number 1, minor damage increased 28% for PvE. Number 2, increase the effects of range damage fall off. This means range perks, rangefinder are going to be really sought after. Number 3, high impact pulses buffed from 20 to the body and 32 to the head to 21 to the body and 33.6 to the head. And number 4, the topic today, rapid fire frames buffed from 13 to the body and 21.4 to the head to 14 to the body and 23.8 to the head. Rapid fire frames right now have a 0.8 TTK, and that isn't changing come Shadowkeep. They do 13 to the body, 21.4 to the head, and for you to achieve that TTK, you need to land all shots in 3 bursts, so all 9 headshots. The worst part is that when you land all 9 headshots, that damage is 192.6. And that doesn't down 7 armor and above, even though you're 100% accurate. Body shots don't even go into that equation, it's pure accuracy or bust. So it isn't really hard to see these are getting some love. This buff, going from 13 and 21.4 to 14, 23.8, does a whole lot for these frames. With all the reductions and changes to range on a variety of weapons, for the Crucible, these rapid fire frames appear to be in direct competition with hand cannons as far as engagement distance. If everything falls in line how we think it's gonna fall, the Crucible may change with all these tweaks. Mida, Jade Rabbit, Scouts may become more viable if the range on pulses is really affected, and that goes for Bygones, all the 390s. The Aggressive Burst, we'll just have to wait and see until it drops. With it getting a buff to the body and headshot damage, we can extrapolate and kind of show how it's all breaking down. Instead of all 9 headshots landing, you now need 2 body shots and 7 headshots. That's 194.6. So it's still going to be a 3 burst, you still need 9 bullets. So they're going to become easier to use. Even though you're doing 7 headshots, 2 body shots, you're still doing 2 more overall damage than all 9 headshots pre-buff. That's big. That is substantial, and 194.6 down 7 resilience and below. If you land 1 body shot and 8 headshots, that's 204 damage, that downs all resilience. That brings us to Headseeker. Here's what you need to remember about Headseeker. What this perk did in Destiny 1 was save the burst time to kill. Pulse rifles have a delay between each burst, and that all goes into its TTK. Even though these are rapid fire frames, they go from shot to shot, burst to burst very quickly, the 0.8 is achieved on 3 bursts. So that time frame, shooting your first shot, the first bullet lands, counting all the delays in between the burst until that final blow. You could do that in Destiny 1, and in Destiny 2 that's what's been missing. Currently in Destiny 2, the only archetype that benefits somewhat from Headseeker is the 390 Pulse, Bygone, Swift Ride, and some others, but the benefit is very small. It only helps with very low resilience at times. It's not worth the slot, but then again, it isn't necessarily bad for them. It's just a lot better than the other Pulse archetypes until now. With this buff, Headseeker appears to be viable on the 540s. That's just how massive that buff is. When you break it down, it's still going to require 9 shots. It's still going to require 3 bursts. It still has a 0.8 time to kill. However, they made that easier to achieve, and Headseeker takes that a step further now. To be clear, the focus of the video is to show the capabilities, to show that if you do roll Headseeker, it isn't the end of the world. It used to be really bad on most pulses. Not these though. We want to land our headshots, no doubt, but with flinch, engagement distance, you find yourself hitting the body at times. It just happens. At the new 14 to the body, 23.8 to the head, we establish you need 2 body shots, 7 headshots for 194.6 damage. Headseeker adds 2 damage to the critical after a body shot is landed, so body, headshot, headshot. So that 23.8 jumps to 25.8. If you were to land a burst that goes body, headshot, headshot with Headseeker, with this buff damage, it is 14 plus 25.8 plus 25.8, that's 65.6 damage. You do that 2 more times for a 3 burst, which is the 0.8 TTK, that's 196.8. That downs 8 resilience and below. So we have this great new ease of use, 2 body shot, 7 headshot, that's 9 bullets, that's 3 bursts. But with Headseeker, you can do 3 body shots and 6 headshots for a 3 burst. So the ease of use is extended. Again, with flinch and the engagement distance, if you start low on the body, the first burst hits the body, the pulse recoil rises, lands 2 headshots. You just do that 2 more times, it's way more relaxed. If you didn't have Headseeker with this new buff, and go body, headshot, headshot 3 times, you do 61.6 damage. If you did that for the 3 bursts, the 0.8 TTK, it doesn't achieve it because it's 184.8. With Headseeker, you're adding 12 damage for that 196.8. Very cool. And really think about it, that's how substantial this buff is. It's so substantial that Headseeker's back in the game with what it did in D1. Saving the burst time to kill, and in the rapid fire frames case, that's a 3 burst, 9 bullets, for the 0.8 TTK. What you've been seeing in the background is the Horror's Least, a very special one. This is the Headseeker kill clip roll, and this bad boy also has high caliber rounds. And what's so nice about this roll is that Headseeker applies to the kill clip damage. So that helps with range, that helps with a lot of things actually. In this roll, when the new update comes, kill clip should be doing 31.64 damage, and when Headseeker comes into play, it's gonna be doing 33.64. So there's a lot to like about that. But that's just Headseeker, and again, I think the perk found its way back. And as far as rapid fire frames that rolls it, it's gonna be Claws of the Wolf and Horror's Least as far as random ones. So check your vault, don't delete them just yet until you try them with the new update. And currently, these rapid fire frames are decent, but after the buff, they have a real chance to slide right into the meta. I would say more so on console due to recoil and how much that burst rises and kicks up. You're gonna get Headseeker to proc a little bit more, but no doubt with mouse and keyboard, you're gonna see it, you're gonna feel it. The other rolls that I'm excited about as far as the rapid fire frames, I have another Horror's Least with rangefinder kill clip. It also has high caliber rounds. I have some nice snappy Outlast, Feeding Frenzy snapshot, Outlaw snapshot, and a damage dealing one that's Zen Moment kill clip. I also have an Outlaw kill clip Claws of the Wolf that looks really good. I want to go back to Zen Moment for a second. We've talked about this before, what this perk actually does. There's a card on the screen that highlights in depth what Zen Moment is doing. On any rapid fire frame, you get Zen Moment going very quickly. It's a very good perk on them. So with the ease of use that we're now going to get, it should be a top tier option that you should be going for and looking at. Things like rangefinder are going to be good, moving target are going to be good, and now Headseeker has made its way into that perk pool. These should be right there with hand cannons as far as dueling range. These have a 0.8 TTK. Remember the lightweight frame hand cannons, Spare Rations, they have a 0.8 TTK. They're right next to each other, neck and neck. But there's also 180s like Trust and high calibers on hand cannons like Ace. They're going to be flinching you around a little bit, so Headseeker might be viable. That's going to be for you to decide. I do have some closing gameplay with the Headseeker kill clip Horror's Least. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm really close to 100K and I would really love for you to be a part of it. If you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. I would like to know what you think about Headseeker on these, your experience with Headseeker, and also if you kept any rolls in your vault that has it on these rapid fire frames. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.
You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours. This is wonderful! Gains the lead. Zone A lost. Zone C captured. You have advantage. Double down. Triple down. Your advantage grows. Stay strong. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing. Zone A captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone B lost. 5 minutes remain. A strong start. Fight on. Zone A lost. 2 for 1. Triple down. Look at them fall.